What is up, guys? We are live. Good evening and welcome. Andy Forrest Runner here, back with a live stream tonight. Really excited. Love doing these live streams. Don't do them enough anymore, but want to try and get back into it a little bit more as the winter is approaching. Loads to talk about tonight, and tonight's topic is going to be the 2018 racing recap. So whilst everything gets set up and I get myself set up, I'm going to jump over into the chat. Bear with me. Let me get this all set up. Good evening, everyone, by the way. I hope you're all doing well. Jump over. There we go. I've got the chat open. So if you're watching, good evening. Jeffrey, you stayed up, mate. Awesome. 10:30 over with you. So I hope you're doing well. And great to see you and your consistency back. Watch the video of the day. 250 kilometers a week is awesome. Hope you're on track for another 50 kilometers a week, because that is exactly what you need leading up to this ultra. It'll be super. So whilst everyone tunes in, let's just quickly whiz through. Rich, mate, good evening. I hope you're well, and congratulations on your nomination. That's awesome. I will vote tomorrow when things are sorted out. Hey, Relentless Pursuit of Shade, how are you doing? Afternoon. Of course it is, because I watch the Run Experience live streams, and when it's 9 o'clock here, it's 1 o'clock with them. So yeah, Adrian, mate, good evening. I hope you're well. A local runner to me. So yeah, guys, I just thought I would talk tonight a little bit about the races 2018, and I'll fire some questions into you guys, because you know how we do it on this live stream. We like to interact and talk to you guys, and you know, get some questions flowing and firing. So whilst that's going on, what I'd like to do is just fire a question at you. Best race you've had of 2018, worst race you've had of 2018, and why? So I've made some little notes here, scribbled down my races. I've segregated them into 3 columns: good, could do better, and really bad. And I want to talk about them a little bit and how I felt overall this year's gone racing wise. Obviously, as you know, if you've been following the videos, it's not finishing in the best fashion. We do have our last race on Sunday, but it's just fueling the fire to hopefully get things sorted out and move forward. But we've had some crackers this year, set some PBs, and I just want to go into that in a little bit more detail. So certainly, guys, start thinking about your best and worst races. Let me know why. Corey, good evening, mate. Corey, local runner, same athletics club as me. Some of you guys might know him, seen him in some of my videos. I talk about him a lot. Came second at the Seven Bridge night race the other night. Did amazing. Good evening, mate. So let's dive in. There's 10 of you watching now. Hopefully there'll be a few more tuning in, but we'll get started. So working from January through to now this year, I'm going to list off the races. There have been 12 races so far this year. We're going to finish on 13. Hopefully it's not unlucky for me. Hopefully it is lucky. But we started off with the Lisbury 8, which is an 8-mile road race back in January. We then were training for the Newport half marathon in March. If some of you might remember, that got snowed off. That got cancelled. Mental weather early in the year, so that didn't happen. Got rearranged for 2 weeks later, snowed again. So we didn't race in February. We didn't race in March. Didn't race in April. And we hit May with a bang with 4 races. We had the Spring Mile, we had the OMM Marathon, Trail Marathon, we had the Hereford Half Marathon, and we had the Fountain 5. So that's 5 events so far. We then had the Summer Speedway 10K in June, the Gloucester 10K in July, the Seven Bridge Half Marathon in August, the Swindon Half Marathon in September, the Forest Dean Half Marathon in September, the Seven Bridge 5-mile night race last Wednesday, and to finish it off this Sunday, the New at 9. So we've had a great selection. If you're new-ish to the channel and are watching, there are race vlogs for all of those races on the channel. Feel free to go through and watch those. And I've broken them down for you into the good, the bad, the ugly. Nathan, mate, good evening. What a cracking time to tune in. Evening. So you're in Seattle, Washington, lunchtime. Great time. Brilliant. That's your lunch break sorted. So Nathan just tuning in, and anyone else just tuning in, I've asked fire the question into you guys. I want to see your answers in the chat rather than me just rambling on about mine. Best race of 2018, worst race of 2018, and why. So for me, the good, the Lisbury 8-mile race, started the year off with a bang. That was brilliant. Race strong and hard there. All that winter training had paid off. We did the Spring Mile well. That was a run of 5:20, so that was cool. Did that well, no problems. Felt strong during that, and took 12 seconds off my PB. The Summer Speedway 10K set our 10K PB 36:41. That was awesome. Brilliant day that was. And the Severn Bridge half marathon, setting our half marathon PB at 1:20 and 48 seconds or 44, I can't remember now. But that was another brilliant day. And those are the days where the stars align. Yeah, we all know the stars align, everything goes right. We fly out of the blocks, training's been great. And yeah, we all do really well. Could do better. We got 3 of those. Could do better. Hereford half marathon. That actually, if it wasn't for the wrong turning at the end, that would have been on the good list. That would have, and in fact, actually, that would have pipped the Severn Bridge half marathon purely on the basis of just because the Severn Bridge half marathon we ran the best time, and I felt amazing. The Hereford half marathon was a breakthrough for me because last year we ran 1:30s. That was our half marathon time. In the Hereford, we ran 1:24 on a blooming hilly course. And for those of you who don't know, I got to mile 12 and I took the wrong turning, so I lost about 30-40 seconds. So I was well on for a 1:23, missed it, got a 1:24. Still really happy, still a breakthrough half marathon for me, but could have done better. Could have been concentrating a little bit more there. Having said that, the marshals didn't stop me running the wrong way, so I blame them. Gloucester 10K, could do better, didn't do anything wrong. It was just scorching hot, and I could have paced myself better. I knew I shouldn't have shot for a PB time. It wasn't PB weather. It was 23 or 4 degrees when we started at 9 o'clock, and running along the canal side, it was horrific. And the Forest Dean Autumn Half Marathon could do better. You know, we did really well. Me and Lee did really well with that, considering the start. But, you know, I started out with heavy legs. This was in the midst of my stitch issues, and I managed to battle the stitch off from mile 2 all the way through the race. Just held it off, held it at bay, thankfully, which was cool. But still frustrating because I knew I could have run better. And even though on that course, you know, we still ran a 1:23 with 700-800 foot of elevation, crazy. So we did do well, but I could have done better if this stitch issue wasn't there. And the bad, lots to talk about the bad. The OMM marathon, that went tits up from mile 15. Too hot, too far, too hilly, too hard, way above my expectations, even though I trained on the course. Fountain 5, felt leggy that day, hit the gym twice already that week, so my legs were heavy as anything. And I said at the time I knew I wasn't going to be in race shape. It was just in the middle of training, but I was really struggling that night, and twisted my ankle at the end, which kept me out for a few days afterwards. And that was a nasty ankle because that kept me out. Took a few days off running, and then that pain was still there for a while. About a month afterwards, Swindon Half Marathon, of course, we were flying at the Swindon Half Marathon. Mile 6, stitch, bam, game over. At the time when I looked at my watch at 6.5 miles, we were on for 1:18, 1:19. I felt comfortable, I felt strong, I was confident, I could see my name in lights. You know how it is when something goes right, and then we were struck down by that bloody stitch, which just won't go away. And the Severn Bridge night race, same again. Stitch, flew out of the blocks, feeling great, feeling strong, feeling confident, hit that early 5:40 pace, keeping up the leader, bam, mile 2.5, stitch. It's that 2 mile marker for me. But we're making progress, guys. We're making progress on that. So I'll talk about that in a vlog later this week. So that's my races. That's kind of been my year in summary. I can see some of you guys posting in the chat, so I'll jump to that in a second. That's been my summary. I'll talk a little bit more detail about what's really gone wrong on some of those. But let's see what you guys are putting. So Rich Bay's best Frankfurt marathon, because who doesn't love traveling, definitely, but my strongest marathon for a while. Good step in the right direction. It certainly was, mate. And of course, I was tracking Rich on the day, so I was following him. If for those of you who don't know, Rich ran literally a minute, I think, or less than a minute over 4 hours for a marathon. Brilliant performance out there. Yeah, absolutely solid, mate. And it looked that finish looked epic. It was definitely highlight of the year for you, mate. Relentless pursuit of Shea Goss, that's fast. Thank you. I've worked on it for way too long. I wish I was faster. Adrian, Cardiff, best, PB'd and finally went to 90. That is awesome, mate. Brilliant. It's worse, Stroud, paced all wrong and turned into a sufferfest. But a good learning curve. Yeah, of course it is. We all learn from these things, mate. And I suppose your confidence was probably high from Cardiff at the end of the day. So you know, that's brilliant. What time did you get exactly, mate? I didn't see that for some reason on Strava. I must have missed it, but we had a lot of people from our club running it, so I'm hoping to do that next year. Rich Bays, worst. The ones with the heat of the sun. Yeah, man, that was tough. That Gloucester 10K for me was sucked the life out of me. Of which there were a few, just struggled so much. Yeah, you know, I got out, I made a point and I did some videos about running in the heat, and I really made an effort to get out in the summer, and I really feel how I've really felt the benefit of my summer training. If I'm honest with you, it feels great. It felt great, and I'm feeling the benefits of it now still. You know, it's great endurance work, but racing compared to running is a totally different ball game. It's all well and good me going out running 12, 13 easy miles, but when you get your race game on, it's a different ball game. Mark Ensby he's calling me a legend. He's a legend. Hope you're on the mend. I'm feeling better, mate. I'm feeling better. The gluten-free diet is helping a lot. I have, I'm not going to be able to show you guys very well. I have here on the edge of my rib cage and here on the edge of my rib cage, where I get my side stitches, the most intense, incredible knots, where I've obviously been suffering these stitches. So combined with the gluten-free, what I'm trying to do is roll that out, stretch it, massage it. It is extremely sore because I've been pummeling it for the last 3 days, and I really need to give it a rest. But every time I stretch and roll it, it's getting a little bit looser, but obviously there's something that's triggering that to get tight. So all I'm doing at the moment is trying to stretch and roll it and massage it until Sunday, get through Sunday, and then see someone, get a proper plan of action in, because I've got no races then until January. So I'd just like to say, guys, if you like a good vlog, right, click on Mark's little icon. Mark is top 3 for me at the moment, best channels out there. He's a legend. He's from Tasmania, Hobart to be specific, I think. He's an AFL referee, Australian Football League referee, and he's brilliant. I chucked him in the video I did for my favorite YouTubers, the last one. He's just phenomenal. Mark, thank you so much for tuning in, mate. I really appreciate it. Oh, and also I've got to say one more thing about him. I said to him the other day on his vlog, mate, I'd love to see what your setup rig is for your vlogging, and he commented back straight away saying, I filmed it for that day, so I cannot wait to see his next week's video with it in. Jeffrey, best race. Mate, how am I meant to pronounce that? I'm not South African. Okay, I'm going to try and pronounce that. Don't laugh. Jonkashok? Or is the J silent? Yonkashok? I don't know. Mountain challenge. He ran a mountain challenge. Peak of my fitness and felt great. Worst race, the mile-off marathon mountain challenge. Unfit and heat management was not on point. Jeffrey, you've had a good year and an up and down year with your injuries, haven't you? At times, watching your race videos, you've absolutely flown, and in times you've really struggled with your injuries and things. If you don't, again, Jeffrey's got a great channel. You can go and check him out. He's just put a video out saying he's strung 2 50K weeks together consecutively, which is great because he's got an ultra coming up in December, which he will video. So click on his icon as well. He's got a fantastic channel. Go and support him, as well as Rich, Bays, and Relentless Pursuit of Shade. Anyone that's got a YouTube channel and you're watching, I'll tell you to click on their icon. So Nathan, best race, Chicago. You didn't mention that you made oh yeah, you did mention guest appearance with Donato. Enjoyable experience, was able to run a 3:06 off 22 miles per week, which is outstanding, and had a stitch for most of it. Bumped into Donato. Donato, for those who don't know, is a running guru on YouTube, brilliant chap. And Nathan, I watched this video and I was like, that's Nathan. I chat to Nathan on Twitter. Relentless Pursuit of Shade. I'm actually pretty happy with the whole year of running. Properly trained for each race. My only regret is slacking with weights this year. Best race, my first marathon, the Marine Corps Marathon. I've seen a few marathon videos of that, and I watched yours, obviously, commented. You did fantastically, all of you, and that was awesome. I also watched the year I got the runs. He did it as well, and there's a few people that put videos up. It looks like a really good marathon, well supported as well, and a big race too, with 20,000+ people there. And you did some great training. Your weekly training vlogs were fantastic. So you did really, really well. You should be really pleased with yourself. And obviously that just opens the doors to whatever's next now, which is cool. Nathan Worst, London Marathon, struggled big time after running Boston 6 days before. Do you know, if you're going to run 2 marathons in 7 days, mate, I've got to say, I can't have much sympathy for you. In all seriousness, you did amazing at Boston, and Boston would have taken it out of you with that weather. London, you went from one extreme to the other. You went from Boston, where it was like insane headwinds, to London, where we had like this mental heat wave. Crazy. David Jameson, mate, welcome. Best race, London. Sizzled, but loved it. Worst, Berlin. Did not start. Yeah, of course. Again, David's got a YouTube channel. Click on his link, his little icon. He did a massive sub-3 training series for Berlin, but unfortunately he got sick and Ellen couldn't race it. But he did race London, and he puts together some great videos. Corey, best, yes. Okay, so a little story for you guys. Corey, again, for those of you just tuning in, Corey is from my athletics club. He is an under-19 runner, and he came first out of all the under-19s at the Newport Marathon, which had, I think, 5,000 people there. Best race, and he ran 2:59 to get a good range time for London, which is insane at his age. He's got a big future ahead of him, definitely. Best race for me was Newport, couldn't believe it. You've got the sub-3, mate. The training in the race itself set me up for so many crackers PBs in London. Yeah, of course. So Corey's gone from strength to strength this year. He's run really, really well. He just sensibly trained, didn't increase his mileage too much. I think, mate, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you were training, if I remember rightly, around the 40 to 60 mile range. I seem to remember you having some quite high mileage weeks, but on the whole, your normal training is around 20 to 30 miles. So you increased it, but sensibly. You didn't go, you know, like a rocket. You kept it strong, consistent. You did so well. I was tracking Corey as he was racing as well. He did brilliant. Adrian could have done better at the amazing Worcester 10K. Expected my first of 40, but it went to crap. Have achieved it since on my own. Brilliant, mate. Sometimes, do you know, sometimes when we keep putting pressure on ourselves to do it at races, it's best to go out and run our own 10Ks in our own time to take the pressure off, because I think when we break that barrier, it helps a lot. Yeah, Jeffrey, definitely. Everyone's got good PBs. Nathan, London was rough. Yeah, of course, because Rich ran it. Yes, it was indeed. Right. Are we there? Oh, blimey, more conversations. Right, okay. Sandra, good evening. How are you? I hope you're well. Been following you on Strava. You're doing great. Best race, Yorkshire Marathon. Great scenery, and I used to live in York. Brilliant. Worst race, Tissington Trail half last year. Recovering from Chesterfield. Oh, no. Difficult. I've been there, done it. That's tough. Bless you. Adrian, 1:28.11. You didn't just break 30, mate. You smashed it. Fair play. Well done. Mark, oh, thanks, mate. That's awesome of you to say. Yeah, Hobart, my preseason in full swing. Monday session. 3 minutes on off, times 8, averaging 800 per 3 minutes. Wow, mate, that is quick. That is speedy. Yeah, so as I said a second ago, Mark, brilliant channel. You've got to go and check it out. Relentless Pursuit. Oh, I can't speak. I'm trying to speak too quickly. Relentless Pursuit of Shade. Oh, thanks, Andy. Yes, 30,000. That's mental. That's so big. Corey, you can't think of many bad races this year, but Swansea Bay 10K was probably the worst, just about. Aim for sub 37 was 22 seconds off. Yeah, the weather was tough. I remember a lot of the athletics club did that race, and it is tough, definitely. Oh, Jeffrey's correcting me. It's even hard to try and get the syllables correct in English. Hjonkashuk? Is that right? Hjonkashuk. Is that right? Tell me. Hjonkashuk. So anyway, guys, okay, so we've covered the best and worst. Racing recap in a nutshell of 2018. So a lot of you have commented specifics. So let's get overall perspective, good or bad? Just simply let me know, good or bad, overall. So the ratio, as I said to you, on my little notes here, I've got good, I've got could do better, and bad. Overall, I've got 4 in the good, 3 in the could do better, 4 in the bad. The new at 9 on Sunday is going to be the telling tale as to which tips the balance, good or bad. For me, it's been a good year, I've got to say. For the bad only makes us good. it's a bitter pill to swallow sometimes. You know, it's great us giving out advice, and it's great me saying X, Y, and Z to everyone. But when something happens to yourself, it's difficult. You know, when you have a bad race, it's really difficult to swallow. But you've got to just accept that it is what it is. It happens. Not everything's going to be perfect, and you've got to move on. So I want to know from you, your racing year, good or bad? Simply just comment good or bad, and then from there, let's talk about your 2019 goals. We've got 10 minutes, so I just want to hear what your 2019 goals are. I'll give you mine. So 2019, I hope for me, is going to bring a sub 3 hour marathon. Going to be running the Newport Marathon next year in May. And I want to qualify for London because I'm fed up of going in the ballot. So get a sub 3 like Corey has this year. And then I want to run a sub 1. I said 1:15 half. That's ambitious considering I've run 1:20. So I want to run a sub 1:17 half. I want to take another 3 minutes off my half marathon time. I really want to start chiseling away. So the first part of my year is going to be built around marathon training. And then from there, I'm going to dive straight back to the shorter, sharper stuff again and spend the rest of the year. I'm going to probably target Cardiff half marathon next year. I'm going to try and get the weekend off work because I can never do Cardiff. And I'm going to shoot for that sub 1:17 there is, I think, what my goal is going to be. So that's what I'm hoping for in a nutshell. But there'll be loads of other races in there. I've raced 13 races this year. I intend to do at least 14 next year, but within that I'm going to be traveling to different places and different locations, so I'm not going to be doing the same races next year. I'm branching out and I'm going to be doing bigger and better races, hopefully, but I'm not going to let you in on a secret in any of those other than the Newport full marathon, because I've got some crackers lined up. Tyres and Trainers is in the house. Good evening, Ian, mate. I hope you're well. Again, another YouTuber chiming in. Tyres and Trainers. Click on his little icon. Go subscribe. Ian is training for Ironman next year. It's insane. Jeffrey, I have to tell you in a video. Tell me in your next video saying, Andy, this is how you say it. Andy, what's the virtual running events? Okay, so Rich Bays 187, he's asking me, I run a virtual running events company. My website is virtual, well, it's not just me, but virtualrunningevents.co.uk for any of you that like virtual running events. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a little link to that in the chat. So bear with. But obviously you can have a look at our Christmas medal. Rich, it is the 12 miles of Christmas. You have to run 12 miles this Christmas, anytime in December. It's a cracking medal designed by yours truly, and you can run and walk 12 miles throughout the month of December. We are doing donations for the food bank, so the money that we raise from that, a portion of that goes to our local food bank. So we can do a massive Christmas shop for them, which is epic and great fun every year. And it comes with a bespoke poem. The poem is on the website. In fact, guys, I've got to read you this poem. What do you think of this? I can't take credit for the poem. My wife wrote this. On the 12th mile of Christmas, my running gave to me 12 blisters popping, 11 muscles moaning, 10 Strava glitches, 9 odd water bottles, 8 wails of despair, 7 bones a creaking, 6 watches sinking, 5 pairs of shoes, 4 odd socks, 3 protein shakes, 2 cheers of joy, and a medal to celebrate Christmas. Boom. You don't get that with any other virtual running events company, do you? Eh? That's our special, unique taste. I've completely lost where I am in the chat now. So anyway, mate, it's 12 miles. Do it. Sign up. Overall average, that's your year. Mate, you've done very well this year. Don't undersell yourself. Your training has ramped up recently. You are on fire at the moment. So next year is going to be a big year for you. Finding out right, Rich, Manchester Marathon, I want to be back under 3:30. Mate, you've got it, you've done it before, you can do it again. Some hard training this winter, mate, and you'll be there. Yeah, so thank you guys. So yeah, that's my objectives. Main goal is sub 120.5 marathon. Yeah, join the crew, mate. We're all doing it together. So again, just very quickly, obviously, as I've repeated now, Corey, myself, Lee, and Corey, we all run around a similar time. We're all 120 half marathoners. So the three of us, it's really awesome to have that collectiveness in the club because there's three of us all pushing for the same goal, which is awesome. Corey and Lee I ran the half marathon with Hereford with Lee back in May. Corey ran the Cardiff half marathon with Lee in October. They both got their PBs together. I got my PB, then PB with Lee. It's great running with people. David, strong goals. Yeah, mate, you've got to set the bar high. Definitely. This year, not good with 3 months off injured knee. PB hopefully in January. Gloucester half. Are you going to do the Gloucester half? I toyed with that, but I'm not going to do it. I'm probably going to do the Winter Speedway 10K instead. I want to do a 10K in January rather than a half marathon. I'm targeting a February or March half marathon, but I will release details on that nearer the time. Best of luck with that, though, because knee injuries are horrible. Andy, the sky's the limit for you, mate. You just need to keep the stick. Yeah, definitely. So you've probably just got to sort these sides out. They're knotted, they're tight, they're horrible. If I can get this sorted out and the belly full of air gone, I went to the doctors today, by the way, just for anyone that's interested, because you're probably not, but I did. I'm going to get tested for gluten in 3 weeks' time. I've got to eat gluten again for 2 weeks. So I'm going to get my race done on Sunday, and then I've got to eat gluten for 2 weeks at least, get tested. So it's going to be 2 weeks of pain, but the second I've been tested, we'll find out. So then it'll be official if I've got it or not. Right, 5 minutes left, guys. Let's fire through these last few questions. You guys have been wicked tonight. Thank you. Ironman Wales in September. Ironman, half Ironman in July. Brilliant. Sprint in May. That's awesome. Sounds good. We'll be doing that. That's wicked, mate. Definitely. That'll be wicked. If you can, that'll be brilliant. And anyone else that fancies signing up to our event, that'll be brilliant. I hope you like my singing. Jeffrey, that was beautiful. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Someone appreciates my singing. Sandra, oh, bless you. That would be awesome. Guys, if you want to sign up, in all seriousness, I don't know how you... In the link to this video is my Facebook, my FOD Runner Facebook page, and my personal Facebook profile for FOD Runner, because I have a personal one. Add me as a friend, and I'll message you a £1 discount code, because we send some £1 discount codes out. So as it might be your first event, just drop me a message and I'll send you a code. Just add me as a friend on there when this live stream's over, because we're going to wrap this up in a second. But I appreciate all of you. If you would be good enough to sign up to it, it'd be awesome. Nathan, 2019 sub 250. Wow, that is awesome. This year's been a struggle. Yeah, of course, mate. And for those of you who don't know, follow Nathan on Twitter. He's got a great, does a lot on Twitter. He has struggled with an Achilles injury, but as he said, he came back from that and ran Chicago in a 3:06 on 22 miles a week. He's got a good aerobic base there. So some serious training. 250 is the limit. Do you know, mate, being completely honest with you, from here, I believe you can do it. And I've thought about it a lot. I've always said sub 3, but actually, I'm wondering if I should say sub 255. I don't think 250 is an option, but running a 120 half, I'm wondering if 255 is what I should aim for. We'll see. Jeffrey, I've not decided what ultras, of course, but we're doing a vlog update probably end of December, beginning of January. Yeah, definitely. That's what I'll be doing as well, and I will release dates of all of the races that I'll be doing, and my full list of goals. Sub 140 half is more than achievable for you, mate, and sub 4 marathon. Yeah, you've got it. You've got it. If you can get that consistency, mate, you've got it. Definitely. You did brilliant in that road 10K. I know it was different type of race for you, mate, but you did brilliant in it. Gloucester half in January is a good race. Yeah, it is. And I was going to do it, as I said, mate, but I can't. Oh, good evening, mate. What are your PBs now? Okay, my PBs, 10K, 36:41. Half marathon, 1:20 and 44 seconds. Marathon, 3:14. Haven't run one this year, so that's why I'm going to be shooting for one next time. And I've never run an official 5K either, so I've only got a 10K and a 5K, a 10K and a half marathon. After London, we'll go long into ultras. Sounds good. You're built for it, mate. You did well in your recent ultra. Okay, Sandra, don't do Facebook. Don't worry. What about comment on one of my Stravas, and I'll comment back. Just find one of my runs, comment, and I'll comment back. Right, okay, guys, we've got to wrap this up now, and questions are flying in. Okay, right, so let's whiz through these last ones. About to run through, I'd stop it. Oh, mate, Joshua, I haven't seen you for ages, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. Joshua has been a fantastic subscriber of mine for ages, bless him, and he's a lovely chap. Been part of the collaborative videos. So, mate, I hope you're well. I hope you're well. We're wrapping it up now. I'm sorry it's the end, but great to hear from you. Do you think you need a sub 25 half for a sub 3 marathon? Do I think you need a sub 125 half for a sub 3 marathon? Seems like most just under 3 hours. Do you know? Yeah, I do, because it's. I ran a one. They say take your half time, double it, and add 10 minutes. Well, that rule, unless you've got the speed endurance, that rule is crap as far as I'm concerned, because I did that and I was plus 20 minutes. The speed endurance for a marathon is totally different. The marathon has so many more variables. You need the speed endurance. You need to get your fueling right. You need to be hydrated. And you can, dare I say it, you can wing a half marathon. You can't hide in a marathon. The marathon will find you, chew you up, spit you out. And I think a sub 125 half is essential, if I'm honest. Personal opinion. Or around, I know people that have run a 127, 128 half and gone sub 3 in the marathon, but then my opinion on that is they haven't reached their half marathon potential, in my opinion, because if they can run a sub 3 marathon, I reckon they can do a 125 half. So yeah, I think so. I did Gloss 20 a few years ago. It was good. Yeah, I might be doing the Gloss 20 mile run by the Gloucester Athletics Club in March, maybe. That's on the hit list. If I do Newport Marathon, which I will be, that's the 20 miler I'm looking at. Oh gosh, so Rich has an incredible PBs, 120.51, 303 marathon, but so exactly that, and that emphasizes what I was saying. So he's saying he ran a 120, but he ran a 303 marathon, and it's the form that lets you down at the end. It's all about strength training. So I'm going to be hitting the gym a lot. I'll be doing a lot of videos from January onwards in the gym as well, trying to show a little bit more of my strength routine. So I did a generic one, but a lot of people seem to like that. So, excuse me, I'm going to do a bit more on that. I think the upper body strength is key. Guys, we've got to wrap this up now. So I'm going to quickly fire through these and say thank you so much. I love you all. Peace out. Great times. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Facebook is doo-doo indeed. It's a means to an end for me. I use it for promotion and that's it. Cheers, Andy. I think 255 is conservative for you, but look forward. Well, we'll see, mate. We'll see. I've got something up my sleeve that might happen before the end of December. We'll see. By the end of the year, we'll see. Not marathon related. So I did. Yeah. So you did 130 half. Yeah, exactly. So that's bang on pretty much what I did. I think I did 321 and a 130. So you're exactly the same as me. So yeah, if I'm honest with you, mate, I would focus on the half marathon because 130 is brilliant time and it's a fantastic milestone to get to. When I got to 130, I was so proud, and it's a great moment. Like anyone gets to a certain specific point in their PBs, and 130 is one of those big milestones. So I think you need to look at whittling down to 125 and then doing some long run workouts. I swear by long run workouts. First half easy, second half fartlek, second half tempo, whatever. They're brilliant. Strength and conditioning, Ian, spot on, mate. All right, relentless. Yeah, I will do. I will. Right. Anyway, guys. Bless you all. You're wicked. You're awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love doing these live streams. I love talking to you. I love hearing from you. I love all of your comments. You're all epic. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're going to wrap this one up today. So it's been great to talk about the 2019 goals. Yeah, a little bit on the 2019 goals. What's been going on this year. It's great to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, I got to do the outro. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do, guys. Please do give it a like. Share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. I will see you either tomorrow or Friday for my final race recap, give you a bit more of an update on my stitch, how that's going, and looking forward to Sunday's race. Wish me luck, guys. I will see you on the other side. Until then.